The Whispering Woods. As the last traces of daylight fade into a soft, velvety twilight, you find yourself standing at the edge of an ancient forest known to very few as the Whispering Woods. The sky above is painted in gentle shades of lavender and rose, slowly giving way to the deep indigo of night. A cool, refreshing breeze brushes against your skin, carrying with it the faint, soothing scent of pine needles, damp earth, and distant wildflowers. The world behind you, the noise, the rush, the endless demands, feels impossibly far away now, as though it belongs to another lifetime entirely. You take your first step onto the narrow, moss-covered path that leads into the heart of the forest. The ground beneath your feet is soft and yielding, like walking on the thickest, most luxurious carpet. Each footfall makes only the quietest sound, a gentle hush that blends perfectly with the natural symphony beginning to rise around you. Tall trees stand on either side, like silent, benevolent guardians, their trunks straight and strong, their branches arching high overhead to form a living canopy that filters the remaining light into 1,000 soft golden flecks. The leaves above you rustle ever so slightly, stirred by the breeze. It is not a loud rustle, not the sharp crackle of autumn leaves underfoot, but a delicate whispering sound, like countless tiny voices murmuring words of comfort and welcome. Come deeper, they seem to say. Rest here. Let go. The sound is rhythmic, steady, unending, and it wraps around you like a warm blanket on a cool evening. You walk slowly, unhurried. There is no need to rush. Time moves differently in the Whispering Woods. Minutes stretch into hours, and hours feel like moments suspended in perfect peace. The path curves gently ahead, inviting you onward without ever demanding anything of you. Ferns line the edges of the trail, their fronds unfurling in graceful spirals, glowing faintly in the dimming light. Tiny droplets of earlier rain still cling to their tips, catching what little light remains and sparkling like scattered diamonds. As you continue, the air grows cooler and fresher with every breath you take. You inhale deeply, filling your lungs with the clean, pure scent of the forest. On the exhale, you feel something release inside you, a tightness you hadn't even noticed until it began to loosen. Your shoulders drop a fraction, your jaw softens, your thoughts, which moments ago may have been racing or tangled, begin to slow, like ripples on a pond gradually smoothing out until the surface is perfectly still. Somewhere ahead, you hear the faintest trickle of water, a small stream perhaps, or a spring bubbling up from the earth. The sound is distant but constant, a quiet underscore to the whispering leaves. Occasionally, a bird calls from high in the branches, not a sharp or urgent cry, but a low, melodic note that rises and falls like a sigh. Another bird answers from the opposite side of the path, and soon a gentle chorus forms, soft and non-intrusive, like a lullaby sung by the forest itself. The light continues to fade, but you feel no unease. Instead, there is only a deepening sense of calm. The trees around you seem to grow even taller as the night approaches, their silhouettes dark and reassuring against the gradually emerging stars. Fireflies begin to appear, at first just one or two, drifting lazily through the air like tiny lanterns. Then more join them until the forest path is dotted with their soft, pulsing glow. They move slowly, without purpose or hurry, blinking on and off in a rhythm that matches the slow beat of your heart. You pause for a moment and close your eyes. The sounds surround you completely now. The endless whisper of leaves, the distant water, the occasional bird call, the faint hum of insects too small to see, and beneath it all, the soft, steady patter of rain beginning to fall. Not a heavy rain, not a storm, but the gentlest possible drizzle, the kind that barely wets the ground but fills the air with the clean, refreshing scent of petrichor. Each drop lands on the leaves above with the tiniest tap, creating a vast, diffused percussion that feels like the forest itself is breathing with you. When you open your eyes again, the path ahead seems to glow faintly from the fireflies and the reflected starlight filtering through the canopy. You resume walking, even more slowly now, savoring every sensation. The moss beneath your feet feels cooler, softer. The air feels richer. Your body feels heavier in the most pleasant way, as though gravity itself is gently encouraging you to relax, to sink deeper into this perfect moment of tranquility. The trees change as you move farther in. Some have trunks so wide that 3 or 4 people linking hands could not encircle them. Their bark is deeply textured, covered with soft moss and tiny lichens in shades of pale green and gray. You reach out and touch one as you pass, feeling the cool, slightly damp surface beneath your fingertips. It is solid, ancient, enduring, a quiet reminder that this place has stood long before you arrived and will stand long after you leave, offering the same peace to every weary soul who enters. Small clearings appear along the path now and then. In one, you notice a carpet of tiny white flowers, no bigger than your thumbnail, glowing faintly in the low light. They sway almost imperceptibly, as though dancing to music only they can hear. In another clearing, a fallen log lies covered with thick, velvety moss, looking for all the world like the most inviting bench imaginable. You consider sitting, but the path calls you onward, promising even greater peace deeper within. The rain continues its gentle fall, never increasing, never threatening to soak you. Instead, it remains the perfect accompaniment, soft, steady, soothing. The sound is everywhere and nowhere at once, surrounding you, enveloping you, becoming part of the very air you breathe. With each droplet that lands on a leaf, with each whisper of wind through the branches, you feel another layer of tension dissolve. Thoughts that once demanded attention now drift away like leaves on that distant stream you can still hear. You walk on. The path winds lazily, never steep, never difficult. Sometimes it narrows so that ferns brush gently against your legs. Sometimes it widens into a natural corridor lined with young saplings, their leaves a brighter green than their elders. Always the whispering continues. Always the fireflies drift. Always the rain falls in its perfect, unending rhythm. Hours seem to pass, though you have no way of knowing for certain. Time has lost its usual grip here. Your steps grow slower still. Your breathing deepens. Your eyelids feel pleasantly heavy. The forest seems to sense this, and the sounds around you grow even softer, even more lulling. The birds have settled for the night. The insects' hum has quieted. Only the rain and the leaves remain, speaking to each other in their ancient, wordless language. You come at last to a place where the path opens into a wide, circular clearing. In the center stands a single enormous tree, older and larger than you have yet seen. Its branches spread wide, creating a natural dome that shelters the entire space. The ground here is the softest grass, interspersed with patches of clover and more of those tiny white flowers. Fireflies dance in greater numbers here, their lights reflecting off the raindrops still clinging to every blade of grass, creating a sea of sparkling points below and the vast sparkle of stars above. The great tree seems to invite you closer. You approach and find a natural hollow at its base, formed by roots that curve outward like the arms of a chair. The space is dry despite the rain, protected by the dense canopy overhead. You settle into it slowly, feeling the cool wood and earth support you perfectly. Your back rests against the trunk, and you can feel the faintest vibration within it, the slow, steady pulse of life that has